Oh, everybody's like, well, if you wore it in protective style, why didn't you just cut it? Because when I take them out, I want to be able to see my hair. Hey, so I'm back with another video. If you decided to click on this video, I'm glad you did, and I do appreciate y'all for doing that. Today I'll be talking about why I went natural, when my first relaxer was to my last relaxer, and showing y'all some clips of my big chop video. So if y'all want to tune in for that, keep watching. So anyways, I will say my first relaxer was when I was in 5th grade. Um, I was 11 years old and was just about to graduate from elementary school to go to middle school, and I had been asking my mom for the past 2 to 3 years. I said, Mom, I want a relaxer. I want a relaxer. I want my hair to be straight because I hated not being able to just get a hair tie and pull it up in a ponytail like people with relaxers can. I didn't know back then that how to work natural hair, and I don't feel like natural hair was as welcomed as it was back then as it is now. So I just wanted straight hair because that's what I saw, and that's what I wanted because I wanted to just be able to just easily manipulate my hair, and I couldn't do that at the time because I didn't know how to do that at the time. So I got my first relaxer. I was completely happy. I had relaxers from when I was 11 up until 23, but from the first part of me getting a relaxer, those first years, I had a lot of growth. I actually was growing my hair, like it was kind of like right here. And then by the time I was in 9th, 10th grade, it was like right here. And that may not be as much growth, but to me, that was a lot of growth. For my hair to be right here, and I'll insert a picture. I think it's a yearbook picture of me, and to see how long my hair was. I was in high school. Um, and my hair was like right here, and it was that length from like 7th grade. I saw some length happening to like 9th and 10th grade is when my hair really was flourishing. And then after 10th grade, some family things started to happen, and I got really in a depressive, kind of sad, you know, mode because of what happened. I won't get too deep into that, but I stopped taking care of my hair. I already wasn't getting trims like I was supposed to, but I stopped moisturizing my hair, stopped putting on my bonnet, I stopped wrapping my hair, and it was just causing those split ends to just keep splitting and splitting and splitting. So I just kind of looked at my hair and I was like, what's happening? But I still didn't have the sense to, hey, go to your hairdresser and get it cut or trimmed. And mind y'all probably, if y'all watching this, whoever is like, why wasn't your hairdresser telling you to cut your hair? It's because I was telling her I didn't want it cut. I did not want trimmed. At first she was telling me you need to trim your hair, you need to cut your hair, but I wasn't doing that. And it got to the point where she stopped asking and stopped doing it because I didn't want to do it, because I was afraid that, oh, you're cutting my hair, I'm losing my length, when I really didn't know, hey, trimming your hair as often as you need it to be trimmed is good, because if you don't do that, your hair won't be retained. Now, literally, cutting your hair is not going to make it grow, but because it grows from your scalp, but cutting your hair is letting go those dead split ends that are just going to keep working their way up your hair shaft, and it's just going to break off all your hair. And that's what happened. All my hair just broke off. By the time I was a senior in high school, at the end of senior year, my hair was right here. And I'll insert another picture where my hair was it was about right here. It was short. It was kind of in a layered look, and it had I didn't cut my hair. It broke off. And by the time I got to college, it had grown some more. And by my sophomore year, I had stopped going back to my hometown to my hairdresser to kind of get my relaxers as much and get my hair washed as much, because I didn't know how to wash my hair. I didn't do my hair. I would maintain it and I was doing it better, but I wasn't doing my hair, if that makes sense. So I stopped doing that. And so because I stopped really going down there, I said, well, when I do go down there, let me get a protective style. So that was the first time that I was introduced into getting any type of weave or any type of protective style in my head. And it worked. When I took it out, I saw my hair had grown a lot and I got a trim and it was working, but it still wasn't getting as long as I wanted to, because I feel like when I did get trims, she was like, I'm only trim off a little bit, when I really should have let her trim off more so that it could be a more clean cut to retain more of its length. And I think that's why I didn't really see that much growth. And I was getting lazy again because I was like, I'm seeing my growth. I'm thinking I don't need to trim no more. I just let it be. And then I would get another protective style and go a little bit more. I should put some pictures of how my hair was in college and where it stopped and where it didn't grow any further than where it stopped. I'll put some pictures in throughout me talking about how it was and how it looked, but it didn't grow past the point of right here at all. Like, and I really was kind of insecure about my hair. To me, everybody else thought my hair still looked good, and they knew it wasn't the same as what it was in high school, but to me, because it wasn't the same, I didn't like it. So in 2018, I thought, why not go natural? But I was too scared to do it, and honestly, I didn't want to do it in college because at the time, up until senior year of my college, I was sharing bathrooms with roommates or suite mates. So I could have done it my senior year, but because that was the first time that I had a bathroom kind of to myself, or if I did need to share it, it was with really just one other person. But I'm glad I didn't do it then. I'm glad I did it when I did do it, because when I actually decided to stop getting relaxers is when COVID happened. Like, it was February of 2020 was my last relaxer, and in March I decided to not get any more because all the hairdressers were closed, and I was like, I already haven't had a relaxer in about a month, and I don't know how long these shops were going to be closed, and they were closed for about 2 months. So I would have went 3 months without a relaxer, which is okay if I had a protective style, because I wouldn't be like touching it, or it wouldn't have been brushing against anything else. It would have been just tucked away, but I had it out. I tried to put it in the bun, but it looked awful. But it's okay. I mean, I guess at the time I was working from home and I wasn't going out like that. And I just let it be. But I also decided to go natural too, because during that time COVID started, I was on YouTube more, and I saw a lot of influencers who got type 4 hair that looked similar to what my hair looked like when I was younger. I remember for the most part what my hair looked like. And I was like, if they can wear their hair natural and be confident and embrace it and it look great, why can't I? And it's the perfect time to do it. So I just never got a relaxer again. And I went to my hairdresser about 1 or 2 more times, and I told her I was going natural, and she really doesn't do natural hair. So I eventually stopped going to her. And I just started wearing protective styles. Like, I found braiders to just braid my hair, put them in knotless braids, and just let them stay. Like, I wasn't gonna deal with my transition. That's how I chose to transition. And I know everybody say, well, if you wore it in protective styles, why didn't you just cut it? Because when I take them out, I want to be able to see my hair. I want to see how much my hair could grow and what I could see. So that's why I transitioned. At first, I said I was on transition for a year, and I quickly changed, and I decided to transition for a year and a half, which ended up to be a year and 8 months, me transitioning. So, and all of that, I did 2 protective styles on my own. The first time, I didn't do as well, but the second time, I did better. They were passion twists. And if y'all want to see that, I will insert here or there a picture of how my passion twist looked in this past November. I think I really did a really good job of doing them. But anyways, that's besides the point. I did that style right after I had cut off all my relaxed ends. I had did a little mini chop before I did my final chop, just to see where my hair was and the point where it was. And I'll start inserting video clips right now wherever of me cutting my hair. Now, I didn't record my mini chop that I did before I cut off the final ends, but I will show y'all what I did a little bit just to see, you know, my process and how I cut the rest of my ends off. I did a little chop and I didn't have to do a lot. I didn't have to do a lot in the back because a lot had broken off itself, or I had cut them off prior to in my mini chop before I did my final one. But I had to focus really just on the middle and the front of my hair and cutting that part and the sides of my hair as well. So but afterward I saw my hair and I was like, it is kind of short, but I was okay with that because I had managed to grow out that much hair in a year and 8 months, and I was proud of myself, and I was happy that I let all my hair go, because washing my hair had just become even more tedious. Yes, detangling brushes help, but as my hair was just starting to grow longer and my relaxed ends were just becoming older, it just really was becoming harder to just detangle. So that was another benefit of just me just chopping it off. And I was like, hey, I should have done this 2 months before, but I didn't. But it's okay. I'm glad I did it when I needed to do it. I felt free. I was able, like I said, to wash my hair better, and I was just able to now wear my hair out naturally. And I started to play around with twist outs and wash and goes, and at this point I feel like my wash and go looks better than my twist out. And but I'm gonna still try, and I'm gonna still learn, and I'm gonna still see my process of how my hair will grow and be healthy. So basically that's it that I have for y'all. I hope y'all stay to the end to watch this entire video, why I went natural, and when I did my big chop, I guess little mini final chop. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all subscribe, and I hope y'all like this video. Bye.